Hello. So today I wanted to talk about our Lovesac experience and all the Lovesac products that we have. I've watched, I'm pretty sure, every single Lovesac video here on YouTube, and I've been kind of disappointed because I haven't seen any videos that talk about getting Lovesac kind of a non-traditional ways, sort of how people feel about having both the Sacs and the Sactionals. It's more of just people talking about like putting it together, kind of they're talking about how expensive it is, whether or not they're going to return it. And I just wanted to offer a different voice. Maybe you're like me and you didn't want to be priced out immediately by Lovesac and you wanted to see if there's other options. Hopefully this video will help you if you're somebody who has an adventurous spirit and is looking into maybe taking some time to find the deal. So our foray into Lovesac actually happened because my husband and I have been together since we were teenagers, and we've gone through kind of all the different iterations of couches. You know, we've had the free crappy couch, the free nice couch from family members, buying our own crappy couch, buying our own nice couch, and through all of it, my husband, he has really broad shoulders, he's very tall, he's been very uncomfortable in the couches we've had, and he likes kind of wingback chairs. We have like this chair from Ethan Allen that he likes, or he'll sit on the floor. He's usually very uncomfortable in the couches we've had. So I made it. We got a new house. I wanted to look for a couch that would be comfortable. But I think that what you'll learn pretty quickly when you look at couches is comfort is super subjective, and what's comfortable to someone is way too soft to somebody else. So I had made a list through a bunch of online searching of the best couches, and we were lucky enough to live near like a really big mall that has Restoration Hardware. We have Our House, we have Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, just all these different stores. And I made a list of all the different couches I wanted to look at in those stores, and they had a Lovesac store as well. So we went and sat in all the couches, and my husband was really disappointed. Like, the Restoration Hardware was super soft, and then Crate and Barrel, he was like, this is not worth the price point. And so then we got to Lovesac, and he really liked it. He liked that it had options for how you can seat it, that you can choose all the different designs. So you can have, L-shaped couches. You can have a moon pad or something. All these different layouts, and you can deep seat these as well. And we've done both of those things already, and we've only had the couch for, about a month at this point, or the couches. We've had the Lovesac longer. But we knew that there were a lot of options, and we've liked that option much better than sort of you're stuck with this couch and it doesn't work for you. It is not a good option. So we didn't want to put more money onto something that we didn't like at this point. So that got us to Lovesac, and the first purchase we made was for our Sac, and we have the big one here. Now, when we were in the store, they only had the Super Sac as the largest size. They did not have the big one, and they kind of advised us against the big one. But my husband kind of really wanted the big one after he sat in the Super Sac because he wasn't deterred by the fact that it's 100 pounds. It has, a pretty large shape. It's sort of hard to move around. He wasn't concerned about that. This room is very large. And, I mean, for a living room in an older house, like, it's definitely a large space. It goes on this way, but it is kind of an awkward shape. But we were sort of lucky with setting up the Sactional. You can kind of arrange it how you want. So we have the Loveseat Sactional, and then the big one here is wedged between the couch and the radiator. And they kind of recommend that. It gives it some structure. And then when we fluff it, my husband fluffs it because I'm not fluffing 100 pounds. And it's super great. Now, we bought this secondhand. Now, the person we bought it from had an insert, a black bear cover, which is like a short fur cover, and then the cinch sack, which is kind of amazing. And we bought the whole set from them for $300. And now, if you know, like the Lovesac big one, it's, $1,600 new at the store. Our previous owner, I would always say, like, ask if they have pets, because if it's been peed on, ours was not. They said that they barely used it. We've used it a ton since we've had it, but it came in great condition. There was no weird smells, nothing strange happening. But again, that would all be determined by who you buy it from. But ask them some questions if you're gonna buy secondhand. Now, we just bought this cover for it. This cover was on clearance on the Lovesac website. It should still be on as of right now in June 2021. I don't know when you're going to see this, though. It could be in the future, and it might not be on sale. But this is such a comfortable fur for me. I just wanted, it's like a light, this is kind of my favorite kind of color, a light mint, and I thought it would match better than the black, because the black was fine. It was just sort of like a big black blob in the middle of our living room. And for me, it was like getting the cover on clearance made it worth it. but it's super soft and comfortable. The channeled fur, I highly recommend it, even if it's not this specific one, if it's not on sale when you look for that channeled fur. Now, I also picked up at the same time as the cover, this is the foot sack, and I'm just going to show you. This is a huge size. I mean, I have it doubled over right now, but they are like velvet lined on the underside, and then they're also in the foot sack part. These are normally $200. When I bought that, it was also 60% off, so it was $80. I highly recommend it, but like look for a clearance deal, because I mean, spending $200 on a blanket seems like a lot, but it is very comfortable, super soft. I cannot wait for winter to curl up there and read. So we kind of use this all the time. I mean, I end up sitting there, my husband and daughter end up like hanging out watching movies or shows, and it just ends up being such a good layout for us. It's so comfortable. You do kind of have to jump into it, because if you sit right on the edge, like it's not really that comfortable, but if you jump into it, it really is so comfortable and supportive. Our daughter doesn't make like any dent in it at all. This was fluffed recently, but not today. So you can see like that's where I've been sitting in it. And then our Sactional. Ooh. So we right now in this room have a 6-seat, 10 sides. And you know, I highly recommend getting sides, because then you can have a lot of configurations. I mean, we've had armchairs already. We've done a lot of different shapes, and the armchairs are like super, we call them a cuddlers, because 2 people can sit on it. It's very nice. And it's kind of, we've had already multiple layouts. So I'm going to go over why we've had multiple layouts. And we do have 2 more seats and 4 sides up in our attic that we got secondhand. Which it's a chocolate brown padded velvet up there. Now we got that secondhand, and we paid $250. So, you know, if you're looking to get Lovesac secondhand and on the same kind of ways of Facebook, or, you know, looking at ads on Craigslist, ask the same kind of questions. Ask if they've had pets pee on it, you know, that kind of stuff, because you might not want that. But for us, having extra pieces that we can match our covers to later on is a really nice option at a good price. So this set, we got all of the seats and all of our covers, including the side covers, at one time. And then we got all of our side inserts, which are the piece that goes inside of this cover here. We got that from a different person. And so why we did this is we found a wholesaler who sold floor models from Lovesac, and they sold them at a better price. So the floor model of both the covers and the seats. And that worked out really well for us. We ended up buying that, and then we bought the sides the week later. And all of it all together ended up being like $2,100. And if you look up like 6 seats, 8 sides on sale at Lovesac, it's usually around 8. So, you know, 8,000 plus at this point. So I would highly recommend, if you can look in your area and see if a wholesaler is selling the floor models, if you know you're okay with not having the warranty, because you do not have the warranty when you buy floor models. But we were excited to get the couch and not as worried about the floor model. I mean, about the warranty, especially if we could save that much money on it. But we have been loving it. We have the sky gray corded velvet. I highly recommend if you have kids or messy family members like we do. This kind of has a tonal color. You might be able to see that, because when you look at it, you know, you see a variation of a light gray, a darker gray. And I was sort of nervous that it would be too light. We were interested in the charcoal, but then our wholesaler had the sky gray and not the charcoal. So we ended up going this route, but I'm so happy we did. The room looks really nice and light and airy, and it would have looked a lot darker with the charcoal. It's easy to get stains out of. We just dab them. Any little marks. I mean, we've had the day after we got it, we had pizza, ice cream, like little marks. I mean, we weren't trying to, but that's just sort of life and what happens with couches in our family. So we were able to quickly get them off. We didn't even have to throw them in the washing machine, but that is an option for all of these covers. Now, what I wanted to mention about what I was saying is that you can have them in different layouts. When we first got this, we did not have the side inserts, like I had said. So we did not know, but we were kind of nervous about it, getting the whole seats without getting our sides. But when you get each seat has a foot, which is what, if you can see kind of right there, you can see maybe the shadow of it. You set them into, and it has a clamp in all the seats and all the sides. So you can clip it together without the sides if you need to, especially like maybe you want to get all the seats first and then get the sides at another time. Maybe if you want to buy them directly from Lovesac, that could be a way to get it. As long as you have like a wall that you can sit them against, you could do that. I mean, and then you'll actually have like much deeper seating, because you won't have sides to it. We ended up putting all 6 of ours when we first got it, because we didn't have the sides, right here, and we had it all deep seated, and it was super comfortable. So if that might be an option for some people, if you're like, okay, well, I want to get them from Lovesac, I want to have the warranty, maybe buy the seats first, and then go back and get the seats and the seat covers, and then go back and get the sides and the side covers, if you have the ability to put it against a wall, like we do here. I mean, that's something I've never seen anyone mention. I did not even know if it was possible, and I was kind of nervous about it, getting it that way, but it definitely worked. So, that might be an option for you if you are looking to get these pieces brand new from Lovesac, but, maybe you don't want to put all the money up front right away. Now, what I wanted to say about sort of maintenance of this couch is, like, we've had it for a month. You do have to adjust, since nothing's attached, like your back cushions are not attached. Your seat things, they're Velcroed on, but they can kind of shift. So you do, I didn't like rearrange the bottom of this for this video. I fluffed my pillows, but I did not rearrange that part. They do kind of shift when you sit on them. You have to kind of push them up, rearrange them, because they all sit on each other in different ways. And you want to make sure that, it's lined up. So you do kind of have to do that at some points. But I love that the back cushions aren't attached, because what we often do, like if my daughter wants to come lay with me, I just pull this off, and then, the 2 of us can lay here super easily, and it's no problem. So I highly recommend that. And these are actually like super comfortable. We just have the regular standard fill. We were going to get, like I said before, my husband doesn't want it too soft, but this is just the standard fill, and it's super easy, super comfortable. I wanted to mention pillows in case anybody asked, because I just got these right now, and it would be easy for other people to get them. These are all, the pillows on this couch are all from IKEA, and so we have, these are 26 by 26, these ones right here, and then these are the 20 by 20s from IKEA, but they're all stuffed with the down inserts from IKEA that are 26 by 26. So we kind of like to have both, like the really kind of soft, floppy 26 by 26, and then this is like really stuffed, but it's still like a firm pillow when you're laying here and you want a firmer pillow for your head. So I highly recommend those. In case you're wondering, these are actually like 10-year-old IKEA pillows here that I just have on this couch for now, and this one I think is still in stock, but we have an old pillow insert in that. That's why it's not nearly as like comfortable. It's a little more rigid, but I highly recommend these IKEA pillows, and especially I kind of didn't realize that it would match, so well to the channeled fur, but I think it looks really nice. So I wanted to give that overview, talk about maybe getting them secondhand or doing floor models, just because I haven't seen anyone talk about that. Look in your area, see what they have. I know I've seen posts all throughout the Midwest or California of people having wholesalers around them who sell these things. You can go pick them up from them. And I think that if you believe in the, if you've drank the Kool-Aid of Lovesac and you believe in what they're saying about their quality product and that they're gonna last a lifetime, then getting these secondhand is a good idea. And his whole thing is that you won't be buying other couches again, so this is a good option to get their products at a good price. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the tour of my Lovesac products.